Hello friends, in this video tutorial, we will learn how to add or insert new department data in MySQL database by using Laravel model under this visitor management system. In previous part, we have already learned how to load department data in jQuery data table by using Laravel Yajra data table package. So in this part, for add new department data, first we will create add button for open add department form. After this, we will create add method for load add department form in the browser. Next we will create HTML form for add department data into MySQL table. After this, we will write jQuery code for add or remove dynamic input field for enter multiple contact person data. Next we will create another method for handle insert form data required. After this, we will display success message on the web page. And lastly, we will check output in the browser. Now for add new department data, first we have to create button. To go to add department form, so for this, we have to open department.blade.php file. And under this file, we have to write anchor tag with href is equal to department/add, so it will make link for go to add method of department controller. After this, we have to write class is equal to button success, button small and float end class. After this, in anchor text, we have to write add, so it will create click for go to add department form. So here, we have to refresh web page, and after refresh of the web page, here we can see that add button has been appear at above jQuery data table. Now we have go to department controller class, and here we have create add method. And under this method, we have to write return statement with view method. And under this method, we have to write add department. So it will load add department.blade.php file in the browser. Now we have go to resources folder, and after this, we have go to view folder, and open add department.blade.php file. Under this file, first we have to write @extends directive. So here add department page as a child page, and by using this @extends directive. And it will inherit layout of master page, so here we have to write master page name dashboard. And in child page, we want to create add department page, so here we have to write @section directive, and under this, we can define a section of content, which can be end by this @end directive. Now between this, we have to paste this HTML code, and it will create blank layout for create add department page. Now we want to create add department form, so here we have to write form tag. And here we have to write method attribute is equal to post. After this, we have to write action attribute is equal to echo blade statement. And after this, we have to write root method, and under this method, we have to write department.add validation, so it will send request to add validation of department controller class. Under this form, first we have to write @csrf directive. This is a Blade template directive, which will generate the hidden input field in the HTML form. And it will protect your application from cross-site request forgery attacks. After this, under this form, we have to create input field for enter department name details. So here we have to write input type is equal to text with name attribute is equal to department name. After this, we have to write class is equal to form control. Now below this, we want to display validation error message for department name input field. So here, we have to write @if directive, and under condition, we have to write $errors variable with has method with, and under this method, we have to write department name. If department name field has some blank value, then it will execute if block of code. And under this block, we have to write span tag with class is equal text danger. And between this, we have to write blade echo statement, and after this, we have to write $errors variable with first method, and under this method, we have to write department name. So it will display validation error for the department name input field. After this, we have to create another input field for enter contact person name details. So here we have to write input type is equal to text. After this, we have to write name attribute is equal to contact person, and class is equal to form control. After this, we want to add required field validator, so here we have to write required. Now here we want to add another text box dynamically, so here we have to create one button. So for this, here we have to write button type is equal to button, name is equal to add person. After this, we have to write id attribute is equal to add person. And in button text, we have to write plus sign, so here our add button is ready. Add new text box dynamically, for add one more contact person details. After this, here we have to create one division tag with id is equal to append person. Under this tag, we want to add dynamically created text box for add contact person name. Next, for submit form data, here we have to write input type is equal to submit. With class is equal to button and button primary class, and after this, we have to write value attribute is equal to add, so by click on this button, form data will be submitted. Now we have go to jQuery code part, and here we have to create count person variable is equal to 0. And below it, we have to write $ with document selector, with on method, with 3 argument. In first argument, we have to write click event, in second argument, we have to write button id add person, and in third argument, we have to write callback function. So when we have to click on add button, then this block of code will execute. Under this block, first we have to increment count person variable value by 1. So when we have click on add button, then this variable value will be increment by 1. Now below this, we have to create one HTML variable is equal to division tag with class is equal to row in margin top 2 class, and after this, we have to write id attribute is equal to person underscore with count person variable. So it will create dynamic value of this id attribute. Now under this block, we have to write input type is equal to text, and name attribute is equal to contact person. After this, we have to write class attribute is equal to form control. So here our text box code is ready. Now we want to create remove button, for remove dynamically created text box, so for this, here we have to write button tag with type is equal to button, and after this, name attribute is equal to remove person. Next we have to write class attribute is equal to button danger, button small and remove person. After this, we have to write data id attribute is equal to dynamic value of count person variable. And in button text, we have to write minus sign, so it will create remove button. So here we have store HTML code in HTML variable. Now we want to append in division tag with id is equal to append person. So for this, here we have to write $ with division tag id append person. After this, we have to write append method, and under this, we have to write HTML variable. So it will append dynamically created text box and remove button under this divisor tag. Now we have check output in browser. So for this, we have to set root for add method, and add validation method of department controller. So here we have to open web.php file, and under this file, we have to write. So here we have to open web.php file, and under this file, we have to write. We have to write department/add, and in second argument, we have to write department controller class, and add method, and after this, we have to write name method, and under this method, we have to write add. So this code will set root for the add method, and after this, we have to write Root class with post method with 2 argument. In first argument, we have to write department/add validation, and in second argument, we have to write department controller class and add validation. And after this, we have to write name method, and under this method, we have to write department.addValidation. So this code will set root for addValidation method of the department controller class. So here our code is ready. Now we have to check output in browser. Friends, here first we have refreshed this page, and after refresh of web page, we have to click on add button. And after click on add button, here we can see that add department form has been loaded in the browser. So here in add department form, we can see department name and contact person field. And here we can add multiple contact person details, so for this, we have to click on add button. And after click on the add button, here we can see that dynamically create text box and remove button has been appended. So by click on this remove button, we can remove dynamically created text box. So for remove text box, we have go to add department.blade.php file, and here we have to write $with document selector with on method with 3 argument. In first argument, we have to write click event. In second argument, we have to write remove button class remove person, and in third argument, we have to write callback function. So when we have click on the remove button, then this block of code will execute. And under this block, we have to write button id variable is equal to $with this selector with data method, and under this, we have to write id attribute. So this code will fetch id attribute value and store under this button id variable. After this, we have to write $with division tag id person with button id variable. And after this, we have to write remove method. So when we have to click on remove button, then it will remove complete row of dynamically created text box with delete button. Now friends, we have to refresh web page, and here we can see add department form on the web page. Now we have to click on the add contact person button. So here we can see that dynamically created text box has been appended on the web page. Here we can append multiple text box by click on add button, but now we want to remove this text box. So we have simply click on remove button. So after click on the remove button, here we can see that dynamically created text box has been removed. So this way, we can add a remove dynamically create field under form. Now we have to proceed for insert data into department table. So here in department controller, we have to create add validation method with $request variable as argument, so this method will receive request for insert department data into MySQL table. And under this method, first we want to validate form data. So here we have to write $request variable with validate method. This method will validate form data, which we have to define in an array format. So in array first key, we have to write form field name department name. And in value, we have to write validation rules, so here we have to write required. After this, in array second key, we have to write form field name contact person. And in the value, we have to write validation rules like required. So here both form field value must be required, so without this both field value, department data will not be inserted into MySQL table, and it will display validation error on the web page. Suppose this code pass validation rules, then it will proceed and execute other code. And here we have to write $data variable is equal to $request variable with all method. So here, all form data has been stored under this $data variable in an array format. Now for insert data into department table, so here we have to write department model class with create method. This method will save data into department table, and under this method, we have to define data in an array format. So in array first key, we have to write department name, and value, we have to write $data department name variable. In array second key, we have to write contact person, and in value, we have to write float function with 2 argument. So here in first argument, we have to write comma, and in second argument, we have to write $data contact person, so it will convert array into string. So here, we have defined form data as array format under this method. And this method will insert this data into departments table, and here new department data has been stored under MySQL table. Now we want to redirect web page to department page, on which we can see all department data in jQuery data table. So here we have to write return statement with redirect method. And under this method, we have to write department, and after this, we have to write with method with 2 argument. In first argument, we have to write success variable, and in the second argument, we have to write message like new department data added, so this message will be displayed on the web page. Now for display success message on the web page, we have go to department.blade.php file. And here we have to write @if directive, and under condition. We have to write session method, with has method, and under this method, we have to write success. So this condition will check if session success variable has some value. Then it will execute if block of code, and under this block for display success message. Here we have to write blade echo statement, and after this, we have to write session method, and after this, we have to write get method with success. So this method will get value of session success variable, and it will display on the web page. So here our code is ready. Now we have to check output in browser. So friends, here we have to refresh web page, and here we can see add department form has been loaded in the browser. Now first we want to check validation is working or not, so for this, we have to directly click on add button. So after click on add button, it has display validation error on the web page. That means, here our validation code is working properly. Now we have enter form data one by one. So in department name field, we have enter purchase, after this in contact person field, we have enter Tom Muddy, but now we want to add one more person under this department. So we have click on this add button, and after click on add button, here we can see that dynamically created text box has been appeared under this form, so in this text box, we have entered Donna Hubbard. So this way, we can add multiple contact person name details under this add department form. So after fill form field, now we have to click on add button, and after click on add button, here we can see that department data has been inserted into MySQL table. And success message has been displayed on the web page, and after this, here in jQuery data table, we can see that newly added department data, with edit and delete button. So here in this part, we have learned how to add new department data, with multiple contact person, by using add or remove dynamic input field, under this visitor management system. And in the next part, we will learn how to edit existing department data into this visitor management system.